Hello everyone, and welcome back to Chasing the Zard. It's currently a week from the release of the newest set, Journey Together, which means pre-release events have started. And I was luckily able to make it out to a pre-release event last weekend. Now if you've never been to a pre-release event before, you get build and battle boxes, and you get a 40 card deck that you battle everyone with. And like every build and battle deck, you get a promo in 4 packs. We got the Snorlax here, and then let's go through this deck. Now this deck focuses on Hop. I think there's some Iono elements in there too, but mostly it's Hop's Pokemon that you'll be playing with. There is a Noibat and Noivern line that is particularly overpowered in my opinion in these smaller 40 deck matches. But Corviknight is kind of one of the big ticket items you want to evolve to. There's also Wattrel, Kilowattrel. Now while all the Pokemon specific cards in this deck are from Journey Together, there are a lot of trainers and tools and stuff that are from other sets. And this is not something like where they're doing just for the set. They do that pretty much in every build and battle box. And like every build and battle, it also comes with 4 packs. We actually did get one of each pack art, which is kind of fun. But pack number 1. Now these code cards will not work for like another week, so if you want to try to get them then, come back in a week. There's a lot of new cards in here, a lot of new ones that are Owner's Pokemon, which is kind of the new thing coming in Journey Together. We'll be back on reverse, Billio and Onair reverse, and the Mimikyu EX, our first hit of the day. Pack number 2. We have Delmise, Black Belt's Training, Shelmet, Rockruff, Combuskin, Alolan Golem, Escavalier, Pangoro reverse, and Zorua reverse, and Lily's Ribombee. Pack number 3. We have Shelmet, Rockruff, Caterpie, Magmar, En's Darmanitan, Iris's Fighting Spirit, Octillery, Pupitar reverse, Hop's Corviscar reverse, and Magearna regular holo. And pack number 4. We have Caterpie, Magmar, Hop's Wooloo, Beldum, Rock Scouting, Volcarona, Lokix, En's PP Up reverse, Remoraid reverse, and Iono's Kilowattrel regular holo. Now here's the entire deck itself. I actually made very few changes this time because other times I made changes I messed things up royally. But here's the Rookidee line, which is kind of your main hitter. And then we have the Noibat Noivern line, which has some fun mechanics, along with Hop Snorlax. And we have a few of Iono's cards. We have the Iono's Kilowattrel and Iono's Wattrel. There's not really any other Iono cards in here. There's a new Stadium, Lavincia. They also have Rock Scouting is a new card, Iris's Fighting Spirit. And then I also believe Hop's Choice Band is another new card that was pretty useful, along with Spiky Energy. And for the first time, I was also able to record matches, so we're going to kind of speed through the matches, slow down certain parts. But yeah, this is my first match, and I messed up out the gate here. I should have started with the Noibat up top in the active slot, and I put my Rookidee up there, and that turned out to be a terrible mistake in this game, as you'll see later. Now the Hop's Choice Band is a really fun card. It allows you to limit the cost of 1 energy per an attack, but also add 30 damage, and it's pretty potent. At least in these 40 card decks, I imagine there's probably some EXs that could use it, like Zacian would be even more fun. And I was luckily able to score some early hits and get a prize card early on in this game, but as you can see, I put myself in a bad spot. And I should have cycled Rookidee out of there at some point and, moved in something else to protect it, but I did not do that. And sorry about the camera work here. I kind of like a long movable arm that's holding the camera up, and it's hooked to the table, which after doing this I realized, hey, that shakes a lot. It also moves when people tap the table, so there'll be some shifts here and there, but hopefully it's not too disorienting for people. So I do get up to my Corvisquire. By this point, I'm already pretty damaged. And I don't actually end up getting the pull for Corviknight, which means my Corvisquire is taken out, and I haven't really been working on the other 2 Pokemon in my bench, so I don't end up in the greatest spot here. Likewise, my opponent does get up to Corviknight, and because of the high HP of this card, that proves to be my undoing throughout the rest of this game. I also feel like during this whole tournament I did not really utilize Hop Snorlax at all. And it does have a 3 energy attack, which makes it a little more difficult to use unless you happen to put Hop's Choice Band on it. But it says its ability effect does not stack, so I'm not quite sure if that would actually stack with the Choice Band. I'm sure once the set's fully out, we'll get more clarity on that. So as you can see, I get wiped with Corviknight pretty fast. The other trainer takes all 4 prize cards. And yeah, that's a lesson to not always put your heaviest thing up front at the beginning. Now, as we move on to the second match, this is where I actually got to play against a different deck. I think all the other ones I played against were pretty much the Hops Snorlax deck. This one I actually got to play against one of the Lily decks. I think Lily's Rabombi is the promo in that one. But this time I learned I did not put Rickety in the active slot. I actually started with the Noibat, and that turned out to be really good for me in this match because Noivern, if you can mess around with it properly, is very irritating and very overpowered. Now, the name of the game with Noivern is to not really use energies for it. You want to use the ability Tuning Echo that it has on it, which basically, if you have the same number of cards in hand as your opponent, the attack doesn't cost any energy and it does 110 damage. And that is a lot of what happened in this game. And really, the Tuning Echo ability was a little bit easier than I thought it would be to use. With things like Earthen Vessel, like Nemona, you can, really change the number of cards in your hand and try to easily match the person across from you. I imagine with a card like Iono, where everyone discards their hand and draws 5, this would be even more potent early on in the game. I don't really see this being too useful later in the game when you have like EXs out, but early on it seems pretty potent. Now, Corviknight is very strong. It allowed me to really easily knock out the first Pokemon it faced, and then also this Lily's Cutiefly knocked it out too, and I thought it was in the match, but it had Lily's Pearl, which is a pretty, I guess, fun card, I would say, if you use it on like an EX where you don't get a prize card for knocking out that Pokemon. Now, though the Lily's Pearl did prevent me from picking up that 4th prize card, I did have like a fully powered up Corviknight basically, as well as I slotted back in the Noivern. I think I did Tuning Echo one more time, and that pretty much sealed the deal for this match. All right, and now on to match number 3. Now, this trainer was using what I think was a modified deck. It had Darmanitan, Kilowattrel, but also had Noibat and Noivern, so I'm not sure exactly which deck this person got, but it was a pretty potent deck, and it took me down pretty fast. Now, like my first match, I was able to get up to a Corusquire pretty fast, and I got the first knockout, but then it kind of went downhill after his Noivern came out. Now, this trainer was particularly good at matching the number of cards in my hand, so I got messed up by Tuning Echo a lot, to put it lightly. Yeah, I was also having no luck pulling basic Pokemon, and so I got wiped pretty fast. But since we got done so fast, we decided to play another match, and this one went on for a bit longer. Now, we're both able to start out with the Noibats, so obviously you see what we're trying to do. We're both trying to get the Noivern out there as fast as possible, which I was able to get first. It was able to get the knockout with Tuning Echo and its attack. And sorry about the camera movement there, not sure why it shifted a little bit, but hopefully it's not too disorienting. But yeah, after knocking out with the Noivern, I decided to just swap in Kilowattrel just because I hadn't really utilized it yet. Oh, sorry, Wattrel. I'm about to evolve it to Kilowattrel. But I was able to kind of in this game more focus on less using that Noivern's Tuning Echo ability and kind of powering up the Pokemon like regular with energy, and also finally using the Spike energy, which the only thing I added to this deck and I didn't get to use till like the very last game. But it did give it some protection when attacked, so that was a little bit helpful. And I did intentionally kind of fully power up Noivern because I didn't want to constantly rely on Tuning Echo. At this point, the cards in our hand had become so varying in the amounts that it was not simply going to be possible to match it and get the free attack. But it does hit for a high amount of damage, so it was good to actually just use with the 3 energy, especially in a 40 card deck like this. And I managed to take this game, even though this one wasn't an official one, we just did because we had some spare time. All right, now we did get 3 packs afterwards. They broke out a bunch of booster boxes that everyone ripped into. And I decided to try to film this from the overhead at first. And apparently while I was doing this, my camera was shifting the entire time. So apologies for that. But yeah, So if this first pack looks terrible, my bad. But yeah, we got Grimmsnarl, ends PP up, Pelipper, Magmar reverse, Escavalier reverse, and a Blaziken EX. Now, just to have a little bit of sanity, I swapped to the regular kind of position for opening packs for pack number 2. But we got Enzarua, Enzaramaka, and sorry, these did not focus the entire time. And I didn't really notice that, that I never got it focused until way afterwards. It just really wanted to focus on the playmat for some reason. Got a little bit better. Enzaramaka, Fungus, Ensclink, Escavalier, Rock Scouting, Volcarona, Enspeed reverse, and we got a big hit here, the Zacian, Hops Zacian EX special illustration rare. I was not expecting it to pull this good, along with the Metagross. And now for our final pack of Journey Together. I'm just sorry, I'm knocking the camera all over the place. I was not used to opening packs in this kind of situation, so I might just take them home next time. We have Tropius, Swinub, Delmise, Bennett, Hops Bag, Pangoro, Magmar reverse, Sprigatito reverse, and Ends Reshiram regular holo. Now they also did give us some Series 3 pop packs, which I think they had some spare ones lying around, and there was a lot of people there, so you know, seemed like a good time to just give out packs, I guess. I was fine with it. I haven't opened a lot of these, but yeah. So we got Solrock, and all these will have the special Pokemon Organized Play badge kind of printed on it. We got Jock, Cosmic Hollow, and we actually got a Regidrago V. I don't think I ever got a V or anything like better than that from these packs. So that was nice. All right, that does it for this video. Thanks for watching. It was a little bit different than what I normally do, so I appreciate it if you stuck through it. I know that was probably a little rough in spots, but I want to look into more stuff about like the competitive side of this TCG. So you know, hopefully you'll join me in that. I'll probably do some more informational stuff. But yeah, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you thought of the opening of the tournament and whether you went to a previous event. And I'll see you on the next video.